Uh, Welcome to all. New video on urban hydrology. So that is the pre-development runoff and post-development runoff. Okay. So this is a very important and mandatory process to be carried out before in the pre-planning stage of the urban development project where we are where we are proposed to develop urban hardscape over a natural softscape. Okay, so here I brought you a picture. So on the left side is a, existing site, so which is having the natural softscape like trees, the green shrubs, the natural stream, and the mountains. On the right side, so there's land which is going to develop with some commercial activities, or which is having more of a hardscape with pavement and the buildings. Okay, so as a stormwater engineers, so we have to understand in the preliminary stage. So if we have to provide some or you have to understand the rough estimation of the stormwater capacity of the site due to the post construction. Okay, so we have to understand the hydrology preliminary with the pre-development and the post-development. Okay, and based on that we have to give our proposal based on the how much volume of the runoff water we have to detain. We have to plan, we have to have propose our storm drainage strategy. Either we have to retain it or detain it. So it is based on our calculation of pre-development and the post-developmental runoff. Okay, so let's understand more on the how the runoff behaves when we in the case of pre-development of a site in a natural softscape, and and how it behaves when we develop uh, a site to the hardscape. That means hardscape, I mean to say, it will be changes into the urban hydrology. So here, so if you can see the picture on the left, so which land we are planning to develop, so it is having natural softscapes like trees, the shrubs, the mountain series, and a natural stream. Okay, so which we are planning to develop it. Okay, if you consider a hydrology of a natural greenscape, is that, so one, if you consider the losses, so losses majorly is the one is the infiltration. So when rain happens, so the the water get direct in connection with the plant, and then thereafter from the soil it infiltrate into the ground. So that is the infiltration. That's the part first one, and the second one is the evapotranspiration. So evapotranspiration is the transmission from the plant roots and leaves and this soil in the vicinity of the plant. So that is the two major losses we can observe in the natural softscape site. Okay, so in case of post development, so when we have proposed a hardscape over a natural softscape, so it will be more of a concrete and the uh, asphaltic roads and buildings. So it will be more of a impervious surface. Okay, so if you can consider a hydrology, if you can understand the hydrology of the post development, so if you consider the losses, so whatever the loss, the rainfall minus loss is the runoff. Okay, so if you consider this picture on my right below. Okay, so first one is the infiltration losses. So wherever there are some empty land or the land which is exposed to the soil, so only there will be infiltration will be there. Okay, and the major loss of rainwater in a urban land use is evaporation from the building rooftop. So that is a major loss of rainwater from this hardscape due to the proposal of the hardscape. Okay, so this pre-development runoff and post-development runoff, if I can put that into a graphically, so if I can plot that difference, how the pre-development and the post-development behaves, so I will put that into graphically in a next picture I am showing you about now. Okay, so can you see this graph? So if you can see this graph, you can see I have plotted duration of the storm in x-axis and the runoff depth on, or you can say the runoff rate on y-axis. Okay, and you can see I have drawn two plots, that is one the hydrology behavior, that is the pre-development runoff of the site. Okay, that is on the red how it is, and that is the black color line. This black color line is the post developmental runoff, how its pattern changes. Okay, so in the pre-developmental runoff analysis, as you can see and observe, okay, so you can see the peak is attained very slowly, okay, due to this more infiltration losses. Okay, and the time to reach the peak is more, because here there is more obstruction to the flow due to this due to these trees and this natural softscape which act as obstruction to the flow. In case of urban development, so which is having covered with the smooth surface like our roads or the buildings, so which where the water travels at much faster, rainwater travels at much faster. Okay, so you can see this one. So if you can see this graph, so this is the post development. Okay, so this is this peak you can see is the post development, and this one, this red color graph, that color plot is for pre-development. Okay, so you can clearly see there is a rise in the storm runoff. If I can plot that here, if I can highlight that here, so this is the additional runoff, so which the site generates. So this is the peak it generates additionally from this hardscape development, and this is the runoff volume. So this is the runoff volume. If I can highlight you, this is the runoff volume. So this is the runoff volume. So this is the runoff volume additionally which the site generates, so which needs to be managed as a storm drainage engineer. Okay, how can we manage it? So either we can go for retention, or we have to retain some water and detain the remaining surplus water with the help of drainage conveyance system. Okay, if I can draw that here, suppose I have a piece of land. Okay, I can, if I have a piece of land here, I will show you here. Okay, and I want to retain this surplus runoff. Okay, so what I can do, propose some retention pond, so that I can store entire runoff which site generates. Okay, that is the option 1 left, with the help of conveyance drainage system, so that I propose some drainage system to convey entire runoff from the site to this retention pond. Okay, and the second option would be the proposal of the detention pond. Okay, so suppose I'll draw a same site. Okay, and I will propose a detention pond. Okay, I'll propose some detention pond here, and I will propose uh, drainage conveyance. Okay, here I will propose a drainage conveyance system coupled with this detention pond. Okay, and the surplus runoff which will be connected to the external drainage system. Okay, maybe it is will be connected to the city drainage system here, so which is already there some distance apart from the site. Okay, so this will be some the public storm drainage system. So I will connect the surplus runoff with the help of some orifice or some detention pipe. So I will connect this to this public storm drainage system. So that will be only this volume. Okay, so that will be the post developmental volume which I need to store, and the remaining pre-development volume which I need to detain. Okay, so this post developmental runoff volume I needs to be detained in my site, not to the public drainage system. Okay, so to do this we have to submit this to authorities. So we have to have a calculation of pre and post developmental runoff of any site. Okay, so and based on that we have to prepare a documentation and the calculation of hydrology and submit it to the authority for the approval, or even to propose a detention pond or a detention pond within our site premises. Okay, so thank you for watching.